Check 1 2, yes, 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 check, check. Alright, alright, alright. Check, check. We are live, we are live. Check, check. Hello, hello. Check, check. Check, check. Hit that like button, hit that like button. Comment, hit the chat. Hello, everyone. What's up, Chad? What's up, history stuff? What's up, Matt? What is good, Matt? How we feeling, everybody? How we feeling tonight? No problem, no problem, no problem. Honestly, I thought I didn't text you back. All right, we're here. We're in the live stream. How's this audio sound? We sounding good? Balance okay? Thank you. Yes, if anyone is curious about this room that I just put together recently, I made a little vlog documenting the whole transformation, and that's available. It's a VOD on my channel. You can watch that anytime. We're here live. Yes, what's up, Chad? Yeah, we're in here thinking about songwriting and production and the ways they relate to each other, and yeah, we're working on music. Let me show you where that music is coming from. Let me show you where that music is coming from. I just need my Stream Deck buttons to work. All right. Yes, so we are working in Logic this evening. All right. So, how's everybody feeling tonight? How are we on this beautiful Thursday? Oh, Chad, let's go. You got a suggestion? What you got? Yo, if you've got a suggestion for this track, absolutely. Oh man, y'all are just watching me on this. There we go. All right, we're Chad, if you got a suggestion for me, my G, I want to hear it. Not sure if you're still here, but yeah, let me know what's up. Tell me what we're thinking about this one. Ooh, okay, word. Interesting. I feel like I recognize the name Thomas Mapfumo. I don't know if I know. Not sure if I know from where though. But yeah, I will absolutely check that out, and maybe we'll try and drop a sample from that in here tonight. I do apologize that y'all are looking at my YouTube window over here, but my Stream Deck chat thing is not happening for me. So here we are. We're just going for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if it'll work this time. Yes, we're in OBS. It's pretty sick. It's pretty easy. Although, oh, there we go. Hold on. Let's see. Am I in here? We in here? Yo, thank you for literally educating me in real time on how to do this. I'm about to do that. All right, we're going into the chat on the phone. That's the genius maneuver right there, for real. All right. So, yeah, Matt, I gotta get you up here and show you my setup. Even though I guess I'm just doing that now because I'm pretty sure you're the only person in here, but that kind of rules. And if my man Chad is still in here, maybe Chad would like to hear these tips too. So one thing I'm trying to kind of sort out with my setup, sort of in real time, as I go here, is yeah. So the way that I have it set up in here is I want to be able to use outboard gear, and I want to be able to record vocals while live streaming. I want to be able to do that at the same time. So basically what I'm thinking is like I'm running straight into my UA Apollo Mark II with my vocal mic, and then that's my interface for Logic, and then I have a stereo out of that I can throw to the Tascam, which check this out. It's a little delay on the button for real, but let's get a look at the gear. There we go. As you can see from there, I have a Digitact Electron. I run basically like almost everything through the Chroma console, which is over here, Digitact Electron. Back here, I've got the Tascam Porta Studio, which I'm always printing stuff to tape that brings electronic music to life, like so beautifully, so dramatically. And then I recently got the new JHS Colorbox V2, which has just like a preamp that I could never afford to have it in, rack mount outboard gear, but I've been using it for all the guitars and like some vocals through there, and I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to put basically everything through the color box because it sounds incredible, but because I want to be able to record like acoustic guitar and and vocals and stuff, I have my vocal chain kind of like ready. It's kind of ready to rip. And then my monitor out is going to my interface on my streaming computer instead. So right here is my streaming computer, right here is my production computer. So yeah, it's a little bit of a math equation getting it all plugged in, and it was an electrical nightmare trying to kind of get it all cooking, but yeah, it was cool, and now I can mic stuff. And live stream while I'm like micing outboard gear, running things to outboard gear, and that's super exciting. Like that's something I've always, been able to do with like all the interfaces I've owned, but I think actually, Matt, you and I were texting about this the other day. I think it's so important to be able to plug in all your gear all at once, have everything like ready to rip, have everything ready to go, because the extra 20 seconds it takes to plug something in, and let's be real, it doesn't take 20 extra seconds, it takes forever to do anything. Those extra seconds are enough to have a good idea kind of like go away. Those extra seconds are just long enough to kind of to kind of just like not sustain the creative impulse, you know, that's enough time to just walk away, for me at least, and just having like no excuses, everything plugged in, ready to rip, like that has just been such like an instant game changer for me. And I always knew it would be. I watch like every single piece of video content on Justin Vernon, Bon Iver, like on the first 3 records of that band. And one thing I really remember him saying about April Bass, his studio in rural Wisconsin, is that yeah, the whole premise of the studio is to have all the gear wired in, ready to rip at all times, like 100%, just like any like combination of outboard gear, any synth, whatever, you can just like plug it in and it's already like powered appropriately, outputted, inputted appropriately, run to MIDI or whatever it is. Like you can just use everything, and I think that's really, it's always stuck with me as like a thing that I hoped I'd be able to do one day, and I have achieved it in here, and I'm psyched about that. I will say that I'm in a spot now where I like pretty much can never buy anything again, unless I want to like figure out more inputs and interfaces, or a desktop mixer, a console or something. But for now, I'm digging what I can do with this, you know. Let's mix up the tune a little bit. Thursday night in Chicago, baby. Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday night in Chicago, and possibly Thursday night wherever you are, unless we got some international people tuning in. Hit like, subscribe, comment. Let's get this thing popping. Let's get the algo throwing me to people. Oh, Matt, I hope you didn't say turn up the vocals a long time ago. Just talking forever. Let's go with +5. Ooh, that feels good. How's that sound? There we go, there we go, there we go. So the one cool thing about the way that I have everything routed right now, and part of the reason why I can't accomplish the ducking that I would like to accomplish on the music, with my voice, the reason I can't do that is because I can do this. I can just talk to you like this and have it be perfectly in tune. It's pretty sick, right? I can just record some T-Pain shit. I can just record while talking to you. See what I'm saying? And I can like EQ. Let's do that. Yeah, let's make my voice sound a little bit richer, a little more warmth. Cool. Just crazy control, right? Like I'm not as hip to all the features of OBS as I should be, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like most producers I've seen with that level of control and sort of real-time production ability over live stream, I feel like I have sort of seen them all working in Ableton, and that might just be because that's where most electronic producers are working, and that's also the genre where I'm engaging with the most production content, the most producers, but yeah, it's definitely it's cool to be able to plug it in like that, and mainly recording guitars. That's the main thing that like I want to be able to record acoustic guitar on the fly, and that's I unless I just like buy more mics or a bigger mixer, I don't really see that happening. Like, this room is so small. If y'all haven't caught it yet, you should tune in, and on the channel check out my studio transformation vlog, because I just recently transformed this whole room. This is my first time going live in here, and yeah, it's a frictionless space. It's way easier to make music and do cool stuff, and yeah, I'm just trying to be here regularly, once, twice a week at least, talking about production and songwriting. I'm trying to basically build a bridge between those two things, right? I've seen a ton of live streamers who seem to be more of the kind of cook up type genre, you know what I'm saying? Like the sort of, like, no shade whatsoever, like Fruity Loops leaning channels, making tons of beats fast, and I can see how that sort of how that really lends itself nicely to this format, to just working quickly, and we'll try doing that. One of my favorite, actually my favorite streamer in the game is Kaylin Ellis. 10 out of 10 recommend Kaylin's channel. Kaylin's super cool. I'm a member of the Makers Club, and now I'm just thinking about all the cool stuff Kaylin does, and I'm like, yo, what was I even saying? Kaylin does these 30-minute challenges, sets a timer, and just rips out a beat like real quick, and they're brilliant. He's able to do that at such a high level. It's so inspiring, and it's such a good thing to watch. It's such a good thing to tune into if you're like, if you feel like you're at a spot in your production where, like, you know how to achieve what you want to achieve sonically, but it takes you forever, right? That's a spot I was in for a couple years, where it's kind of the spot I'm in with visual stuff now, is like, I really feel like I have the vision and the stubbornness to make exactly what I want to make, but I don't have the base skill set needed always for it. So sometimes things just take an absurd amount of time, and I think accepting that there's always going to be a period of that is part of it, but also there's a lot of people making like incredible sort of content where they push making music to the limit of like reps or speed or whatever, and like from an artistic perspective, that's not what I'm trying to do with this, but I from a production perspective, I can absolutely see the value in that, and just see the reason to work with sounds you're unfamiliar with, work with like all different types of samples, or work with all different types of instruments, software instruments or whatever. I can very much see how that will just make you faster, you know? Yeah, so let's see what else we got in here. I've seen a lot of streamers who do the beat cook-up thing, but I personally, I wanted to see what live streaming might look like under the context of an artist project, you know, and inviting people actually like thoroughly, fully into the creative process in a way that isn't like behind the scenes after the fact, you know, because I've been trying to set up a camera like for every, you know, musical interaction I have over the last couple months since I started this project, and it's like not a sustainable way to exist in music for me, you know. I'm trying to figure out like how to just like let the moments be what they are in real time for real, and then figure out the content later. That's the sort of idea behind just having the live streaming set up, because if I got to be ready to live stream, then the camera has to be set up kind of all the time. The lights have to be good to go. The room's got to look good. I got to keep my shit clean. And these are like simple things, but like huge for me, like totally game-changing stuff for real. And yeah, I've just noticed like as I've gone through a lot of the sort of cook-up channels, like shout out to Nick Mira, he's insane. I mean, Stolen Drums is another like huge influence on me. Sarah Too Ill and then I've recently been tuning into Chris Lake's stream a bunch because he has like crazy guests. Sammy Virgie was just on there, Bonobo was just on there. If you're into dance music, yeah, you're gonna wanna tune into that for real. But yeah, like so much of what I wanna kind of accomplish is bringing people into the process of songwriting through production. You know, I think a lot of producers who are also songwriters do it in a very, very private kind of space, in a private way, and it can be a very personal thing, you know. So yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Let's just let's cook up some stuff and think about songwriting while we do it. Let me check in on this chat here. What's going on here? Check. I hope you can hear me better. This is definitely something I'm going to improve. Check. Hey now. Alright, Chad, I like this idea. I want to show you something first, real quick. I want to show you the reason why it's going to take me a second to slow it down to 118, but I'm here for that. I like that idea a lot. I love the switch up. I've kept these tracks muted so far, but the reason that it'll take me a second to test it out at 115 is because of these bad boys right here. So that's why it's a little tough to just slow it down real quick, but I feel you, Chad. I'm with you. I'm waiting, Chad. So the guitars from the bottom up have these big old chords, just no overdrive on there at all. That's just preamp heat. That's just coming off the JHS. And yeah, I think I have the EQs even muted on those, so that this is just compression that's happening right there. Obviously ducked to the kick. And then here's something fun. with that JHS color box, just tons of preamp gain. So, please listen to, All right, let's do it. Let me pull up this track, chat. I like this. I really want to try this. All right, we are doing it. We are in real time. We are about to check out this track. All right. Chad, my friend, can you drop a link in the chat by chance? I would love to check out the right version, but Spotify's doing me dirty at the moment, and I'm seeing it pop up under a different by Thomas Mafuno. I'm seeing a version by Sukutai, possibly. But if you got a specific version, drop that in the chat. I would love to cook something up with that. And that's the thing is, I would absolutely love to cook something up, and I would absolutely love for a sick bass line to just fit over this. That would be very cool because I love finding. Personally, for me, every time I've done a lot of sampling, I always start with the sample. I always have an idea that I want to sample something, and then I sample that thing, and then that's usually the first element of the track. Personally, I'm not sure if I can remember an instance where I made a track and then thought so specifically of a sample. Definitely thought of parts to influence other parts and stuff, but if this works out, I'm gonna be pumped. Trying to find this track. Thomas Mapfuno. Sound off in the chat. Where's everybody at? Where are we tuning in from? I'm from floor 3 in Chicago, Illinois. I know Matt is from floor 2 in Chicago, Illinois. Chad, where you at? Yo, we got Germany in the chat. We got Germany in the chat. How's it going? Where in Germany? I love Germany. I've only been to Berlin, but I love Berlin, and I would love to come back to Germany. Let me see what I can find over here. Let me see where my... Yo, thank you. Thank you, Moo Carts. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Are you up in the Alps? Are you living at altitude? Yo, Chad, thank you for are you staying up late, Chad, or are you staying up late, Chad? Or are you waking up early? Alright, I see the video is stuttering. I hope we are not dropping too many frames here. I hope we're not stuttering still. But yeah, my friend Moo Carts, I would absolutely love to check out the I would absolutely love to check out the Alps. I would love to check out the Italian Alps, the Swiss Alps, the German Alps, the French Alps. There's French Alps, right? I would love to check them all out. I would love to check them all out. I've seen a couple of photos specifically of I feel like the Italian Alps recently, where I've been kind of like, oh, that's definitely a photo of Norway or something, and then I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's in Italy. Didn't know. The lake is at the bottom. Cool. Okay, I definitely want to I need to get around. I need to get around Germany a lot more. I understand that plenty of folks only visit Berlin, and that by no means does that speak for the whole country. It was a great time though. I love Berlin. And then Chad, you're in the UK. I appreciate you tuning in at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I really appreciate that so much. I love the UK. I actually in the studio transformation vlog I just dropped, I actually I have a story about like when I went to the UK when I was 10 years old. I asked for a I went to the Virgin Megastore. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure how old you are, Chad, but my early days were very much during the CD era, and I went on this like rushed kind of weekend trip. I remember with my mom, and went to just London, and we did all like we hit all the touristiest stuff. We did like Tower of London. We went to London Bridge. We went to Buckingham Palace. We went to Madame Tussauds. That was lit. We went to Madame Tussauds. But my favorite thing that we did was we went to the Virgin Megastore. I think is it possible that was in Piccadilly Circus? I feel like I'm just name dropping like things that are on like a tourist tea towel. That's not what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I went into the Virgin Megastore at 10 years old, and I was like not a shy kid at all. And I went up to one of the just random employees who like I thought was super old, thought was way older than me. And you know, this dude was probably like 19 or something, but I just went up to him and I was like, hey, I am American and I would like to purchase a CD here at the Virgin Megastore in London, England. Seems very cool. I love music, all genres. When I was 10, I was like all about rock music, and also just like was deeply, deeply fascinated with like any like early Usher, TLC, like I could get my hands on. I feel like no one I knew was really like listening to rap or R&B in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. But I just like loved it from the first time I heard it. And so I really was thinking that I was like a cool, bold, like edgy, cool 10-year-old, like going up to this Virgin Megastore employee and being like, yo, just tell me to buy a CD. Whatever CD you want me to buy, I'll buy. And my man sold me a CD called Original Pirate Material by an artist called The Streets. Fully changed my life. He was definitely messing with me. If you know that record, then you know what I mean. It's a super funny thing to recommend to a 10-year-old. But yeah, it like just captivated me from the first time I heard it. And I've sort of been, I guess you could say, like I've been hugely obsessed with the UK, and particularly London, I would say, I guess, like North London and Brixton and Birmingham have always like had a crazy spot in my heart. But because of that album, because of The Streets, because of this random employee at a CD store in 2001, changed my life. And yeah, I love the UK. It's great. Been there on tour a bunch. Had a lot of fun there. Been to Weatherspoons a bunch of times. And speaking of the UK, a big influence on this track that I'm currently working on actually is an artist from the UK, Sammy Vergie. Any of y'all listening to Sammy Vergie out there? We got any Sammy Vergie stands in the chat? Please speak up. I literally I couldn't even tell you, because this was early enough. My man Matt here is asking what's a CD store. Literally a good question, because I feel like I was like this story also exists in the very, very tail end of like the CD stores still being CD stores era, if that makes any sense. Like, because it took a long time for like sort of like commercial big like retailers like that to fall off and to die out, not because of music, not because of record sales, but because of like DVDs and memorabilia and like video game stuff and posters and Bob Marley t-shirts and like posters for college dorms and stuff. And so like what we're talking about now is an actual CD store. They were selling CDs. They were probably still selling cassettes there. They were definitely still selling cassettes there. So sick. So cool. So expensive. Such an expensive way to get music. Okay, Chad, North London. Excellent. Do you know an artist by chance called Merkage Dave? Merkage Dave is one of my favorites. One of my all-time favorites. He's a friend. I believe he's North London. Last time I was out in the UK was listen, I've been hearing about the cassette. I've been hearing about these cassettes coming back. Cara Cara, my band Cara Cara, we put out our first album on a cassette in 2017, September of 2017. And we sold out of that pressing. We had 100 of them. We sold out. But absolutely very psyched to see we got a Merkage Dave Changed My Life in the chat. That's big. That's major. That's actually true for me as well. That's the name of his album for anyone who doesn't know. Merkage Dave is great. If you are into the intersection of R&B, forward-thinking indie electronic music, sample-based production, if you're into all of that stuff and you're also into like really clean, sometimes really glossy, mega kind of polished big pop choruses that just hit, Merkage Dave is absolutely the ticket. And he is, now I gotta double check, but I feel like he's from the north. Not the north, I realize. Saying from the north in the UK has different implications, and he's not from way up north. But African contemporary music, dancehall, reggae, Afro house, electro house. Excellent. So I have a question for you, Chad. So when I notice, forgive me, maybe this is covered under African contemporary music, but I feel like all I've been hearing about for like several years is Amapiano, and I love Amapiano so much. I think that I have heard a lot of it. I think that I have I think that I've been exposed to a good amount of it, but I also understand that by the time Amapiano made its way to me, I was like behind the curve on that, and I was very much getting like American producers' take on that. I love this track and everything I've heard from the artist, no shade whatsoever, but like Tyla, make me sweet, make me harder, banger of a song. Like, can we call that Amapiano? Is that like a mainstreamization of Amapiano? Because I like that a lot. And I've tried to dive a little deeper, found some crazy, like sort of like flash mob kind of like Amapiano, like dance videos and stuff. But I feel like that's a big blind spot for me, and I'm super interested to learn more. Trying to think. I feel like yeah. No. I need more. Yeah, I need more Amapiano for real. I need the good stuff. To be honest, I've been I've been in the dark about that, and honestly, like the cultural sort of intake that I've been kind of, I feel like digging, is Senegalese film. I realize how insane it is to jump to talking about Senegal after speaking about a South African music tradition a second ago, because that's like 6,000 miles away. Not close, not neighbors. But yeah, I just randomly kind of went down a rabbit hole of like Senegalese film, and I got super into this film called Tuki Buki, by the time that I sort of like realized that I had been watching like several several Senegalese films in a row. I didn't realize that I was like super into Senegalese cinema, and then I started looking into Senegalese cinema, and I didn't realize how unbelievably massive and influential Senegalese cinema is. People don't know this. I feel like everybody is hip to the fact that Bollywood is bigger than Hollywood, right? Because that's crazy. People think like, oh, like Hollywood, oh yeah. But nah, Bollywood's got us absolutely smoked. But fascinating. So does Senegal. I believe if my recent research is anything even vaguely flirting with correct, I believe yeah. I do have to learn how to like read the chat and keep saying what I'm saying, because like Chad, you you you're the man, and the thing you're writing, the thing that you just typed out and commented is more interesting than the thing I'm currently saying. And definitely gonna have to figure out how to multitask in that way. Um, but what do we got here? We got Amapiano is actually a baby of South African house music. Water by Tyla is Amapiano, but not really Amapiano. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think I've only been exposed to the commercial version of Amapiano so far, and I want the good stuff. Please hit the chat with some links, or hit the replay with some comments. Comment some links. I want to get straight to the good stuff. I think that. One of the reasons I personally find like the Amapiano I've heard so captivating is like the degree to which they're able to keep a driving, pulsing like kick drum without there like being a kick drum always. Like they I think they use is it like a TR-303 for the drums, those like pitched 808 kind of rolling kicky electro tom sounding things. It's so compelling to me that there's like, it's full on dance music that's like driving, it's like a freight train, and also it's got such a groove, and also like there's often no kick drum. It's so compelling. It's truly unreal. It reminds me a lot actually of one of my personal favorite sort of genres, music cultures, I suppose, is bachata music, Dominican bachata music. I love Prince Royce. I love Romeo Santos, and I love their ability to groove so hard without a kick drum. Same with like some salsa music, like that song "Vivir Mi Vida" by Mark Anthony. Unbelievable. It's a bullet train of a song. It's incredible. Such a banger. And there's no kick drum. So great. So sick. All right, what do we got here? Amapiano is a Zulu English word, which means basically pianos in plural. It's born out of house music. So DJs will play a track, and then someone would play a keyboard and sort of like freestyle. Awesome. That that is honestly like sampling pianos in house music is very near and dear to my heart. I don't know if Chad, I don't know if any of my discourse on the streets, Mike Skinner and Original Pirate Material earlier resonated with you at all, if you're a fan of the streets. But on that record, particularly like the tracks Has It Come to This and We Become Heroes, I think that what captured me so much as a young listener was like the amount of piano sampling that's happening on there, and the sort of the obviousness. It's so obvious that it's sampled piano. Like, I don't know if I knew what sampling was when I was 10 years old, but I heard that record and I was like, this is not someone playing the piano. Like this one chord sounds exactly the same every time it hits. And and I loved that though. It's like I liked the sort of the choppiness. I liked that it was a different thing than a piano performance, you know, and it really like really captivated me. I remember from the first time I heard it, like As It Comes to This by the Streets is like such an unbelievable example of like how cool it can be to just take a straightforward sample, chop it up, make it cool, make a compelling melody out of it, and make it something that a pianist would never do. Like a piano person would never think to just kind of tap out. That reminds me, actually. Also, we're traveling the world with music tonight. I love this. That reminds me of a fascinating interview I heard with Tim Henson from Polyphia maybe a year ago, where he was talking about writing a lot of like his shreddier guitar parts on MIDI instruments because it causes him to make decisions that are counterintuitive to someone who is used to the framework of a guitar neck as a framework for melody and yeah, I think that I don't know if anyone in here is by chance also into Polyphia on top of all of this, but if you are, you have found the right live stream, and yeah, I think that yeah, whatever gets you using your instruments differently in creative ways, I think it's super cool to mix it up, to write different things with different things for different things. All right, what do we got in here? Just found the only copy of Summer Megalith on cassette on the internet and grabbed it from my collection. Yo, my G, that is insane. I'm super curious where you bought that from. I wonder if Flower Girl still has a store. That's sick. I'm so pumped that was out in the world and that you were able to find that. And then what do we got here? If you want to hear the good stuff, check out Kabza De Small, Kelvin Momo, Mr. Jazz IQ. Absolutely. I will absolutely. This is sick. This is so sick. I did not foresee this chat being a place where people would just be like telling me about sick music all the time. I'm very, very pumped on this. Very pumped on this. If you want to hear the good stuff, that's how I want all messages that are sent to me to begin. If you want to hear the good stuff, I always do. Matt, I feel you. I feel you. Listen. I feel you. If you listen to their record that came out in 2022 and you feel that way, totally understand, fully respect that. However, if you haven't checked in on them since they were only a shreddy, rippy, math rocky band, I would check back in on them. I think the record's called Just Remember That You Will Die. That record coming out the same year as the two Skrillex records, Don't Get Too Close and something of Fire. Those coming out in the same year are a huge reason why I'm making like ear candy music now and just crazy, choppy, shreddy stuff. I really think that what Polyphia did on the last record is like unreal. They created a new space in they created a new space in music. Like the stuff they're doing live, I can hardly believe they're like, yeah, that's the one with ABC on it, right? Yeah. I think that record just has like, you know, so many instances of like super clean DI guitar when it should be some like shreddy Randy Rhoads kind of Jackson scooped mid energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they end with that song playing God and the doing it on nylon string guitars. That's insane. Yeah, Ego Death is dope. Steve Vai's the GOAT. He looks so sick in that. He looks like if they shot The Matrix at retirement home where everyone was cool as fuck. But in terms of thinking about oh, Discogs, I see that. Yeah, I've seen yeah, that music video. Discogs, that's unreal. That's so sick. I do think that that it is an interesting idea to think about. Understandable. Listen, Matt, no pressure, no pressure to stick around, bro. I know where you live. I'm cutting off in about probably about 11:30 Central Standard Time, my friends, which gives us about 11 minutes. Uh, uh, before we get to that point, thanks so much to everybody for hanging so far. This is super cool. Chad, I really appreciate you being here. This is crazy. I'm super psyched to have all these recommendations and to listen to these and to come back having listened to them. And yeah, if you hear a track by an artist called Buying Fireworks Indiana out in the world and you're like, yo, I think that bass line is sampled. I think I recommended that. Just hit me up. I'll give you the co-producer credit. Do not out me to the sample police though. Because if that bass line falls right over this, I'm going to be hyped. This is what we're doing here. We're just we're working on music, and we're working on music. I think that a valuable lesson from this live stream is that I should do my comping. 100% of my comping and my my comping is done. I should do my time stretching, editing prior to the stream, because Chad, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to drop this to 118 for you, and I want to be able to do that on the fly. That's one of the frustrating things about working in sort of a hybrid digital analog way, is that sometimes you have digital instincts and you're dealing with analog materials, and you want to try something quick, and it just is impossible to do it quickly. That's the situation we're in right now. But I will absolutely be prepared to test this out at different tempos next week. 100%. We're going live 2 times next week to talk about songwriting, production, and home studios. Talk about music, talk about books, talk about Amapiano, talk about polyphia, talk about cassettes, CDs, vinyls, MP3s, WAV files, FLAC files, lossless 32-bit float files. Very not nerd, no nerds here, fam. No nerds here. I feel like somebody just popped. From my perspective, it looks like somebody just dropped into the stream as soon as I was like 32-bit float files. I'm like, yo, yeah, we're getting technical up in here. What do we got? So, remixing Kara songs under the BUYFI. Yeah, definitely. I think that is just going to be a matter of timing. I think that I will absolutely do that. It's just a question of when and what. We released a remix of our song Color Glut. At this point, it's been a minute. Laserbeak from Minneapolis did that. Laserbeak is an artist and producer that I've been a fan of for a long time. I really love the intersection of like post rock, post punk, emo adjacent sort of like screamy Midwestern vibes. Where that hits electronic music has always been like a space that I just really like cherish, and it's a rare space for folks to really, I don't know. There's not a lot of artists existing in that space, especially like 10 years ago. And I think that Laserbeak on the Greatest Generation EP, Caspian, which is my favorite Caspian release. It's a 5-song EP. It's stunning. It's gorgeous, and I recommend this aggressively to anyone in the chat right now. Anybody who likes music at all, like, listen to the Greatest Generation EP by Caspian, because it is like, it'll scratch every itch. It's so compelling. It's so cinematic, and Laserbeak has a remix on there, a Halls of Summer remix. It is so beautiful. Challenges a lot of like remixy conventions. And again, yeah, it was just like far later than the streets, but it was a super early kind of collision for me in electronic music, and just understanding that, like, you know, not all electronic music is like main stage David Guetta, Steve Aoki stuff. I like all that music too, and I DJ'd a lot between the years 2011 and 2014, so I've played my fair share of Steve Aoki and David Guetta, don't get me wrong. But yeah, you know, I think a lot of people think that maybe house music is electronic music is techno. I think a lot of people who aren't super into electronic music, they think that techno means electronic music, when techno is actually hyper specific within electronic. Yeah, Laserbeak was key in just opening my mind. Laserbeak, Mike Skinner, The Streets, Imogen Heap, Fortet, absolutely crucial in just blurring genre lines for me. And we have more remixes of Color Glut. I'll drop that little, I guess, secret thing in here. We have like 5 more. You designed Anthony Green's t-shirt last year. That rules. I'm pumped to hear that. Question for you, Matt. Did you do that with Anthony directly, or did you do work with his label, Born Losers Records? Very curious, because Born Losers are the homies for real. Anthony Green, crazy fun fact about the music industry. I've actually never met Anthony Green. He is featured on one of my band's songs, but we recorded that record in May of 2020. We sheltered in place, just us as a band, for 2 weeks before doing the record. So we were sort of out of Dodge for a month, like barracksed up, making our second album, New Preoccupations. And we weren't even seeing like any other friends or family or anybody, so we didn't get to meet Anthony Green. But a couple years before that, I worked at a pizza place called Pizza Moraine, and I worked with Mike Camerata from Born Losers, one of the founders of Born Losers, and he rules, and he makes a mean pizza. He plays in a great band called Suburban Living too. Yeah, Fortet is the GOAT. Fortet is the GOAT. Super cool to see like Skrillex and Fred again bringing Fortet around with them everywhere they go. I genuinely love to see that, because that's like, I don't know, I feel like that's like if Nirvana in their heyday like was hanging out with the Replacements, and like Paul Westerberg was hopping on stage, and it made perfect sense. Like if that somehow resonates with any of the people in here, then you are my people for real. But yeah, Fortet rules. We got, ever heard of a track 1000 Seconds by Black Hole? No, I'm going to be looking that one up too. Chad, I'm pumped. I hope you come back. Next week. We'll be streaming way more, and in this short little quick first time right here, I feel like I've already learned so much. I already know. I feel like I know a lot of ways to improve upon this. Matter of fact, since y'all have been here, let me just show you. I'm just realizing I have one button that I haven't even pushed yet. Check this out. Look at that banner up there, yo. Whoo-wee. Look at that thing. Beautiful. But yeah, it's just a button, and didn't stream long enough to walk away. But had I needed to walk away, I got this too. Sheesh. Yeah, so we're really out here. We're really out here live streaming. I'm pumped to learn how to do all this stuff, get better at this stuff, and be able to communicate with people in real time, be able to connect with people in real time, be able to make music, hopefully with collaborators. I want to figure out how to collab on here. I don't know. I want to do everything on here. I have so many ideas, and I really think that yeah, I think this is gonna be fun. This was a lot of fun. I can't believe how cool this was already. Let's see. What do we got? Liked it so much he sold it as an official shirt. That rules. Chris from Born Losers helped facilitate it. Okay. I'm not sure if I know Chris. I'd need a last name on that one. I probably drank a lot of beers with Chris and gave Chris free pizza at some point in like 2017 through 2019. But Michael Camerata was my guy. Not Suburban Legends, Suburban Living, a band called Suburban Living. They're a very, very good band. Mike was always the homie. The dude I worked with the most was this guy Wes, and Wes is kind of I think the main songwriter in Suburban Living. I'm not really sure if they're still active. I haven't heard anything from them in a minute, but they are a special band, and had a lot of fun hanging with those guys. And now, yeah, Mike is one of the partners at Born Losers, and I have just been seeing Born Losers do so much cool stuff. Like, I was pumped to see him get who did they sign? Get Anthony Green. That was awesome. Interesting. Yeah, we really need to Matt, we need to connect on some of this stuff, because it's fascinating. We've probably interacted with some of the same people in these spaces, but let's see. Yo, okay. This is fascinating. Yo. Matt. This is great. So Matt F, my dear friend, I'm so glad you're in here, and I'm glad you made it, and I appreciate you being here. You were a big inspiration in me making this happen. A funny note on something that's been happening in this very small stream. I live in an apartment building. I live on the 3rd floor. On the 2nd floor is another person named Matt S, who was in here a bunch, hanging out in the chat. And I think y'all just transitioned from Matt to Matt pretty seamlessly. And you, my friend, are in my phone as Matt SD homie. And so I was seeing that F, and it just wasn't hitting for me. I'm so glad you brought up the better artwork. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah, no, that was hugely impactful. That was crazy. There've been like small instances of like fans wanting to like connect with Kara and in a sort of deeper way like that, and it's like a really like unbelievably humbling thing. It's really wild, and I'm genuinely grateful, and please tell them I said hello and thank you again as well. I don't believe we actually we didn't meet, but Matt. Oh my, yo, all right, Matt. I appreciate you, my G. I appreciate you, my G. I think yeah, it's been you the whole time. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped on that. I'm pumped on that. You should okay, this all makes a lot more sense. This all makes a lot more sense why I was shocked that my neighbor Matt downstairs had never brought up that he made an Anthony Green t-shirt before. This makes an enormous amount of sense. Matt Sandlin, dope artist on Spotify. Shout out to Matt. Uh, and I know he's around on the YouTube channel as well. So I apologize for that. But yo, this has been an absolute blast. Um, I'm gonna sign off for the evening. I again I really appreciate everyone hanging out here for real. Matt coming in from Cali, thank you. We had the United Kingdom in the building. We had Germany in the building. That's absolutely insane. Like that is that's unreal. I can't think of a version of making a ton of slop for TikTok or making a ton of slop for Instagram Reels that would have somebody in here from the UK put me on to the real shit when it comes to Amapiano music. Like I can't believe that, and I'm just instantly so like encouraged by this idea because I think that was just sort of I was thinking live streaming would be a way to connect more directly to more interesting people and to not be on bullshit platforms that I don't like. And in one kind of quick little fun first time live stream, it's proven itself. It's proven itself. Matt, you are a G, my friend. Thank you. I think it's just us at this point. So sick. So sick. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to I'm going to play us out with just a little bit of music as I kind of get this session set up for the next time I want to open it. So feel free to listen to this loop for a sec if you feel so inclined. And thank y'all for being here. I hope you have a beautiful Friday tomorrow. And I'm Will. This is Buying Fireworks in Indiana. Chad. Chad passed out. I appreciate everyone so much for coming to the first stream and hanging. I think this is going to be really cool. And yeah, if anyone is watching this in the future, if anyone's watching the playback, comment, like, and let me know what time of day you prefer to watch stuff like this, including you, Matt. Actually, shoot me a text sometime. Let me know what time you prefer to watch live stream because I work on music pretty much all the time, and the goal is for that to be the way it is. So live streaming seems to be a way to do that. All right, my friends, for the last time, Buying Fireworks Indiana signing off, switching to musical audio only.